All right, now y'all, welcome back. We back with another one to another episode. Can I get some sports with that? We here, you know what I'm saying, giving people what they want and giving us what we want because we want to be bringing it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So let's kick it off, man. Playoff basketball been going crazy lately. Y'all know round two been, almost complete, and we got yesterday Golden State Warriors eliminated in five. A lot of people called it once Steph was hurt with injuries. And you know what I'm saying? They couldn't get that one game to get him back. So that leaves us with a lot of options. Where is they gonna go from here? Cause it's a lot that can happen, man. We got Giannis talking about he won't out. You know what I'm saying? They got Jimmy Butler there. Kuminga now exploring signing trades. So we don't know how that's gonna play out, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna help them get something they need. So what y'all think about this, man? With them going home yesterday, Jimmy talking about they gonna be back next year. Steve Kerr talking about they could have won it all if Steph was healthy. But y'all couldn't get one game without him? I don't know about that, man. That sounds kind of iffy, bro. The man is crazy. What y'all think, man? Let's hear it, Cardinal. What you got?
Um, okay, first and foremost, I want to start by saying that they have done Jonathan Kuminga so absolutely wrong. And it's time for him to go. Like the way they have treated this man, bro, as if like every time they have needed some type of defense, some type of quick points, bro, he come in and provide it every time. It's like I get it, he having struggles, he be up and down. But part of that is on Steve Kerr, bro. This a young player. You constantly take him in and out the lineup, bro. You telling them not to shoot shots, bro. Like you only want him doing certain stuff. It's like not everybody could play the Warrior way, and he's one of those players. He just don't fit the Warrior way. Like you gotta it's just certain players you gotta let go and get rid of because that's what's best for y'all and what's best for them. And Kaminga, one of them players, I think he gotta go. Um, secondly,
Where do he go? What? Because
uh,
he exploring signing trades. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? When you say he gotta go, you gotta look at
I'm not
the potential options and
okay. I don't remember if I said this on a previous episode, but I think I did mention this while we was talking though, just off the show. I honestly would like to see him in a Bulls uniform. I would love to see Kaminga running alongside with Giddy and Kobe White and Matas and then boys. I think he would fit perfectly right in as like a three in that situation as somebody you feel me where when we need somebody who is able to get to the basket and score at the rim, we got that. Like right now, you feel me? I that's one team I wouldn't mind seeing him going to. Another team I could see him fitting into. Although I don't know how this would happen, but I could see him fitting in with that team down there in LA, and I'm not talking about the Clippers.
so let me ask you. So you want the Bulls to pay that money? Cause signing trade, he come to the Bulls. First of all, what we giving up? Because Golden State wants something. They not signing and trading him just to get rid of him. They trying to build. You know what I'm saying? Retool, I should say, retool. So
But that's the point. With a player like Jonathan Kuminga, they haven't done enough to increase his value to really ask for a lot for him.
oh yes they have. Yes they have. His values there. Teams want him. They know what he could do. It's no secret. Everybody know Golden State essentially been holding him back. It's no secret, especially with what he just did this round in the playoffs. Like it's his value there. So they gonna get some kind of return out of him. You can't just get him scraps.
I don't know, man. I
You're not
do
gonna
agree with.
like you're
I was
not
gonna
gonna
s-
like the answer, but the person who I say we get rid of him for is the person who came alongside with the other two that ain't no longer there. I'm cool with giving the Warriors big boots.
Is that so? That's a big enough return for Vooch.
Kaminga and like a draft pick. I don't see why
You're
not.
not getting a draft pick. You're not.
I don't see why
If
not.
anything, you're losing a draft pick.
But also, secondly, the Warriors, they need to get size down low down there in that paint. Like the small ball era is slowly fading away. Like
Yes and no.
we seen a lot of teams go back to like this too big style where having a wing out there that can score and get you some buckets. Now whether your big man, whether they are a rim protector or somebody that can space the floor, however you want to slice it, but they got Draymond out there, but they need another big out there. You see the teams that still left in the playoffs pretty much at any time, at any given situation, could run a double big. The
But
Timberwolves.
that's the thing. They doing it at times. So I mean, it's being
I
used at
mean, yeah.
times, which
I
is
mean,
good. That's how it
I
should be
mean,
used.
yeah, but it's starting to be used more often than it's not. Especially with teams like the Timberwolves, Boston, and like New York. They almost always go double big, pretty much. Especially with them having, especially with teams like New York having to put Mitchell Robinson on the floor. The Cavs was running a double big. That was their starting lineup was Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Minnesota run Big Jew and Rudy. Boston at times was running Kristaps and Al Horford out there. So I'm saying like the era of the double big is coming back now. Whether one of them is a dominant offensive player or not, you feel me? I don't know if that's what the Warriors looking for, but they need somebody out there that's gonna take up some space down low and glass eat. Like that's really one of their biggest issues.
So I believe they know that, and I believe they gonna try to make one of them type of moves. I don't know exactly what. I do think, to your point, Vooch would be a good fit, with that team because his play style and like so he can space the floor still, and he a solid big who can rebound. I do question his ability to defend the rim with that team, but hopefully, the presence of Draymond to help that out if he was to go there. I am seeing though. Well, I have seen some reports that they looking at Brook Lopez too. So I know he older, but
Ah,
his skill set, I ain't gonna lie, I like that with that team. He is kind of a better fit in the way he could defend the rim compared to Vooch, and he could still space the floor. So I kind of like that. But a Vooch
yeah,
type
but
player for sure, I can see that.
at the same time, though, the Warriors still a team that kind of like to get out and run. Brook Lopez, them legs is old now. Like he got Horford legs out there. Like honestly, I'm surprised Horford still
He
going how
can just be the
he is, man.
trailer.
Exactly. Then
That's
that's
a
exactly what they want him to do.
that's a
Trail
that's
on
a
offense, hang back on defense.
that's a salute. That's
Mhm.
a salute to Horford on how well he's taking care of his body. Man's pretty much. I think if he not in year 20, he close to it. Like he done been in for a long time, and the way he's taking care of his body is is something amazing, honestly.
Trail on offense, get back on defense, or stay back on defense rather. Brook could fit there. I ain't gonna cap to you, but Phil, let's what you think, man? Where they go from here?
The Warriors, I do think Kaminga's gone. I don't think he wants to come back to that team.
They are exploring signing trades.
I think Kaminga wants to go to a team where he's basically going to get a lot of playing time and get a lot of shots up. That's what he's looking for. Um, as far as a team he would
He gonna
fit
end up in
in,
Washington or something. Watch with Poole.
nah, I don't think Washington. Well, I mean, they might send him there because they good for doing it.
Hashtag
But
hashtag free Jordan Poole, man.
He gonna
but
send it with him. They gonna be back together.
But to be honest, that might not be a bad thing for the Wizards. If we being for real, like that's kind of what they need is a wing about 6'7", 6'8", athletic, can shoot the ball. I think that's something they should look into. The Wizards probably not going to be good. They can get a bunch of first round picks. I think that's a solid move in
But they're
all
gonna need a
honesty.
quality player though. What quality player can you get? Because you already gave up the quality player that you could get.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton can definitely go. And he got a 1 year contract. That's something the Warriors would be interested in, I think.
That is not bad. Okay. Not bad. I like that. I like that. I don't know how much help he'll be, but I like
I
it.
I think for
Honestly,
1 year
honestly,
he could do something with them.
honestly, on
I
that
mean, it
Warriors
depends on
team,
what version of Middleton you gonna get,
on
man.
that
If he out
on
I
there
that
still
Warriors,
I'm
hurt all the
not
so,
time,
so no,
yeah, I'm not saying
so
looking at him like, when he
I'm
won the
about
championship with Giannis. You don't look for that Chris Middleton.
I'm
But
about to say
somewhere a level, probably somewhere a little lower than that, probably better than what he was with the Wizards this past year. But
Chris Middleton low key would fit in perfect with this Warriors team because it's somebody who can stretch the floor. He would fit that Steve Kerr system of getting the ball out, swinging it. It's not like Chris Middleton really got to hold on to the ball. You can't just leave him open. Like he got a respectable jumper. You leave Chris Middleton open all game, he'll mess around, burn you for a smooth 25, 28. You feel me? And rack it up. So like he would be perfect off the bench for them. And somebody, he not the best defender, but he could play a little bit of defense. He slide them puppies. He not like no slouch out there or nothing. Um, he could shoot the
but
three
it
like
does it
like
doesn't it,
like
it
he
doesn't
he
help
he.
their ability to defend the paint and rebound, which they can't rebound for nothing. So, uh-uh.
True that. So I mean, the only other person, okay, if we sticking with Washington, then the only other player off Washington I could see them getting back in return that'll pretty much feel what they looking for in terms for a big would be Jonas. Kaminga for Jonas.
Valanciunas,
That's
yeah,
not
Valanciunas.
bad either.
He could space
Wait,
the
is he still
floor.
there? No, he
Nah, he's still there.
he's still
He's
there.
still there. He just went there. I believe he got traded there over the trade deadline.
Hmm.
I thought no, ain't he backing up? He was backing up somebody. Ain't he backing
Yeah.
up Sabonis or somebody in Sacramento? He was
No.
just.
I think that's what he was at first.
I gotta look into that. Give me a second.
You're
But yeah,
right.
you
You're
good.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. He do play for the Kings. He
Yeah.
signed with the yeah.
Um,
He signed with them, but I think that contract might be. I'm trying to look into his contract. But yeah, you're right. He is on the Kings. I forgot. He started off the season on Washington, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, no,
they
he was
got
just
they
he
got
was. I only know because he was just backing up folks in the playoffs. I'm like, bro, he was just backing up. Well, the play in because they didn't make the playoffs.
yeah.
Yeah. So Washington, that's you. Well, who you think, Phil? What you think? Where you think he'll end up or should?
No, I think Washington is a good spot. The only other place I could really think of where they may or may not have assets is it'll probably be a team like Charlotte. I'm gonna be honest with you, like a bum team. Go somewhere like Charlotte, they could probably get. Mm, they could give up Mark Williams if they want to.
Mm, he'd be low key perfect for them
they was
if he was
look.
healthy.
Hey. I don't know what's going on with Charlotte because they was gonna give him up for Dalton Connect.
Let me throw this at y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a stretch. Everybody gonna say I'm crazy and like this, that, and third. Whatever. Well, people ain't gonna say I'm crazy, but you know what I'm saying. You gonna get this. You gonna get your opinions on it because a lot of people want this anyway. But so he exploring signing trades, and one person that's been linked to them for some years now might be getting up out of that team that he been on for some years now. Now I know the money is a whole different scenario, but it's a sign and trade. So I mean, if they want to pay him that, on the trade, and they could pay him that, you know what I'm saying, But it's the matter if Golden State got the money to afford this dude, you know what I'm saying? That is that man's Giannis, cause he open to getting up out of there. Y'all can't say Giannis in Golden State
So
ain't a nice fit, man. You can't
so
say that.
Oh,
so I know
it's the perfect fit if you ask
I
me.
I know
Kaminga could go to Milwaukee and be a star. Basically, you know what I'm saying. Go get all the minutes, shots he want. Giannis could get back to a potential championship team, and then imagine if they still somehow got if they keep Jimmy too, because he under contract still for next season. Ooh,
They gonna have to
So,
give up something else.
yeah,
yeah. They
yeah.
gonna have to find a way to make make that work.
So,
But it's a possibility though.
I ain't gonna
so
lie to you, bro. It might have to be Draymond.
from
Nah,
everything,
ooh.
from everything I've been
It do
seeing,
sound
eh,
crazy, but
so yeah, they probably have to give up like some of that depth. They probably gonna give up like if you talking about Giannis, they
What about
might
like a Buddy Hield? He get
I
a decent salary. They could
I would
get
say
him
they
up.
might have to give up. They might have to give up Hield
if they give
and
up Buddy Hield, they're gonna
Pods.
have to give up some draft picks too, like
Yeah, yeah,
some draft picks down the
but
line.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
you could
keep
do
it.
that for Giannis, man. Giannis is Steph.
I'm gonna
Oh
keep.
yeah,
Yeah, but like that's only if Giannis want to stay though, because eventually his contract gonna be up. So it's
Well,
like,
yeah.
I
but
believe Giannis gonna want to
but
play with Steph until he retires.
but from what
It's
I've
a
been
it's a
seeing though, but from what I've been seeing though, based on early reports, it's looking like Giannis want to stay in the East. Because Giannis looking for a team where he gonna have some pull at and where he gonna be able to have a little bit of say. You're not gonna get that say with the Warriors.
I mean,
You're
yeah, but
not
that don't
going to
necessarily mean the East. Like he
you're
also
not
linked
going
to teams
above
like the
Steve.
Rockets and the Rockets in the West. So
Yeah, but from what we seen from the Rockets as well, and from their ownership, they not giving up that they not giving up power neither. Remember, they ain't want to give up power to MVP Hard when he was dropping 60-point triple doubles, carrying them on their back as a one man show. Like
I mean,
I get, I get what you're saying, but
I'm
as
pretty
I
sure
said,
Giannis knows he not gonna have the same power anywhere else that he had in Milwaukee. So that's a given.
it's a team. It's a team where he could have that same little amount of pull at,
Where?
and it's a team I mentioned before. And right now they up on my Boston Celtics 3-2. I didn't mention them
Oh
before.
my
I
goodness.
keep telling y'all, and I keep telling y'all, be on the lookout for the New York Knicks and Giannis. They got players to move with the salary to match, and they still got a few draft picks from down the
If
line
they
here and
win
there.
this chip, they not doing that.
Don't be so sure.
I'm
Don't be
telling you,
so
bro. If
sure.
they win this chip, they not doing that.
Don't be so sure. This is Giannis we talking about. Don't be so sure.
I'm saying though, what you gonna give up for Giannis?
OG, Deuce McBride,
Nah,
Mike
Oh
Hill,
my God.
or
Oh my God. No one
they
wants
OG
that.
not
not going.
The Knicks
they
can't put no good draft picks with that to make it enticing because they gonna be good. So nah, that's fried
They will
like
have
bacon.
to give up
yes,
Cat.
yes,
Have
no.
to. Have
No.
Right.
to.
They will
If you
have to give
listen
up Cat.
if
If I'm the
it
Bucks, I'm not even entertaining nothing else.
if you listening to what the Bucks said, the Bucks are pretty much already know they not gonna necessarily should be able to get a ROI. I mean, yeah, a ROI on Giannis, bro. They like their return on investment is crazy. So they said they looking for a package of players, not necessarily picks. They said they not necessarily looking to rebuild. They looking more so to retool. And the Knicks, after what the Knicks just gave up for Cat to get him there with Brunson, they not about to just give up Cat. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the others. It'll be a
For
package of like
Giannis?
OG and Mike. Yes, yes. The Bucks have like this is already stuff
Bro,
that's
they
come
gave up
out.
all they picks for Michael. You think they finna give him up for Giannis? Don't get me wrong. Giannis is a better player. We get it. You know what I'm saying? It's Giannis versus Michael, but they're not doing that. Just especially if they win the chip this year, you gonna get no, it's not happening. I ain't even nah.
He's also been linked to that other team in Brooklyn, even though they not set up to win. So I don't see him going there. But like I'm telling y'all, Giannis probably gonna stay in the East Coast.
All right, man.
He probably gonna stay in the Eastern Conference.
Well, check this. Since you talk about the Knicks and you think he linked to the Knicks, I'm gonna get to your boys who on the other end of the butt whooping that the Knicks is delivering to them right now. You know what I'm saying? Good old the C's out there in Boston. good old green bean. You know what I'm saying? They down 3-2 now, man. It was 3-1. Now it's 3-2 because Finals MVP showed you why he Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? He had them looking pretty cohesive out there without that man JT. But I ain't gonna entertain that because I know you don't want to hear that.
Where was that?
So with my
Where was that
man's
at last? Where was that at last game when his man was en route to a 40 to a 50-point masterclass before tearing his Achilles?
that man was
Where was that
interrupting
at?
it. So
Where was
so
that
with
at?
my
Where was
man's
that at?
When my man's JT officially out, torn Achilles, he didn't have his surgery and everything. So, he's done for next season. And I believe that's a bit of karma for what you tried to pin on my man, who also out with a torn ACL right now. And if you
Torn
ask me,
Achilles.
man, be on the lookout. Don't let them boys get to rehabbing together and then they come back with something, you know what I'm saying, in a couple years. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. When people get hurt together and hey, I can see
If
that happening.
Dame
Don't be
if
surprised.
Dame
Don't be
decide he want to
surprised if they
become
get to rehabbing together and
if
make some
Dame
moves.
if Dame decide he want to become a Boston Celtics, that'd be the one thing that'll get me to shut up about him for a year.
So, so with this, where do these seeds go from here? Because if they lose this series, this is, I mean, personally, if you ask me, this the end for them. You ain't gonna see them together no more. You may see JT and JB, but I don't know, bro. I don't know.
So
I feel like
so
once because they pushing closer to 30. The injury in place now. We gonna next season might tell a lot. So what you think? We gonna start with you, Mr. C's fan. What's gonna happen?
so okay. If we looking at next year, that was supposed to be the year where Tatum contract kicks in. So that big old $300 million contract that he signed, it kick in next year. And now
That's tough.
he's going into next year, he's going in with a torn Achilles. So he's gonna be out likely the whole season. They saying
Highest
that
paid injured man ever.
they they saying that it's a chance that,
My boy
if the
getting
bat
50 mil to rehab.
if the if the if the
A
if the
great investment
basketball
for
gods if the basketball gods and the stars align, they saying there's a chance that, if this is gonna be the biggest if next year, but if Boston somehow make it to the finals next year, they say there's
It's
a
not
chance that
happening.
that man,
He still won't play. They
but
say that just to keep teams on their toes and speculation.
but
He's not playing. If he don't play
but
the whole season, you think he's gonna pop up for finals? And nah,
but
not happening. He gonna sit back,
but
watch them lose if they happen to make it that far, and then you know what I'm saying, he'll be back next season. So you could cross that off right now. Forget what they
but
reported. Cross that
but
off.
honestly, next season is going to determine how they feel about JB, because I think we kind of know where the Celtics lay with JT, and it's been that way for a while. I think even despite the injury, he's still a man for the future, and it's been that way for a while. And if you looking at athletes that have come back from it, especially in basketball, the best example is Kevin Durant. He's came back and pretty much been 90% of what he was before he got hurt. So I mean, 90% of Kevin Durant is still better than 99% of the NBA. So,
But
you
not
know,
JB.
I mean, Jason Tatum at 90% is what, better than what, 95% of the NBA? Like, let's not downplay what type of player he was and the numbers he was putting up. Like he
But
is one of
it's another
those.
$300 million man on that team, so they gonna be
E-
a little. And if
exactly. And
he if
so,
he if he do his job, if he get about this round, bro, you might could chalk your man's up. I ain't even gonna cap to you, bro.
I mean, if he get him out this round, that'll be something to talk about. But this this is the first time we seen Jaylen Brown do something in a playoff game when Boston didn't have the lead without Tatum. Because
I can't agree with that. I
the
can't
last
agree with
time we
that
was at,
because
hold
because
on,
JB was
wait,
there. JB was there
wait.
before JT,
Let
and he was
let
giving
me
them
talk.
boys fits.
Yes, he was, but who also was there as the lead man leading the charge? It was IT. All right, hold on. Now, anyway, let me get back to what I was saying before you interrupted me, okay? Like I said, since it's been the two of them, okay, the last time Jaylen Brown had to prove his worth without JT, we got sent home in a 20-point loss in Game 7 to the Jimmy Butler Miami Heat that went on to go get swept by the Denver Nuggets in 4 games. So, like, last night, Game 5 was the first time we seen Jaylen Brown in an elimination game without Jason Tatum do something where the team stayed afloat. Because last time when we needed him, we had Jason
It
Tatum
was in 5 games.
when he went. The Miami Heat got swept, bro. They didn't win a single game against the Nuggets. No, it was not no 5 games. Cut it out. That was a sweep. Got the brooms out. Like, no, it did not no 5 games.
They stole game 1.
Game 1, no, they did not. They tried to
They
steal
did.
game 1.
They
They did
stole
not.
game 1.
No, they didn't. They got swept, bro. Niggas. It wasn't game 1. It was game 2.
My
They did
fault,
steal
game
Survey
game
2.
2.
says.
My fault, game 2. I'm just
I
waiting.
hate.
I'm like, yeah, come on,
I
come
hate
on.
the Heat. Anyway,
It
5
was in
games, 4
5, bro.
games. Don't matter. Gentlemen sweep. They got them boys up out of there, sent them home, packing to Cancun. All right, okay. Like I said, anyway, point still stands. Last time we had to see Jaylen Brown in an elimination game without Tatum, it went the opposite. We lost by 20 points. We got sent home. So, you feel me? If Jaylen Brown get us out this round, you feel me? We gonna see. But also, Jaylen Brown getting us out this round, meaning that the others stepped up as well. And as I've been saying for the longest now, Derek White is the best third option in the NBA.
They stepped up because JB was getting them that ball.
Derek White been doing this all playoffs, even when they was both there. Look at games 1 and game 2. Who was the best? That man was still the best shooter on the floor. Like, Derek White do this. I tried to if I'm Boston going forward, my untouchables are Derek White and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown,
Jaylen
depending on
Brown.
what he
It
do.
needs to be Jaylen Brown, not JT. That man, bro, the man finals MVP, bro. Oh,
Bro,
you
and
still disrespecting this man. That's crazy. Go ahead,
bro.
man. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
They gave that man an Andre Iguodala Finals MVP, bro. He got that Finals MVP because of the defense he played on Luka, just like how they gave Iggy his Finals MVP for the defense he played on LeBron. That man,
I ain't
Jason
gonna
Tatum,
lie. Cardinal
that man,
spitting right now.
that man, Jason Tatum still led the Celtics in every statistical category in the playoffs all throughout the entire playoffs last year on their championship run. Led them in points, steals, assists, rebounds. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear it. Jason Tatum was the best player on the floor for the Celtics despite his inefficient shooting, bro. The man's dropped 31 in that last game for us to close him out. Like, I'm not
Wasn't it a
trying to hear
triple
that.
double?
I can't remember if it was a triple double, but if it wasn't a triple double, it was close to it. Like, that man, Jason Tatum, is like that. In that game 7 3 years ago when we made it to the NBA Finals against the Warriors, what did he do in that game 7 to Giannis? Gave him 50, sent him home. What did he do game 7 against the Sixers before we lost to the Heat in game 7? Sent him home. Like, elimination. Game 7, Jason Tatum is one of it. Like that's a real thing, and teams should be glad they don't have to see game 7 Jason Tatum, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hear that. And a
Elimination
closeout
game,
game,
Jason Tatum.
elimination game, Jason Tatum,
He
bro. Like,
dropped
I'm
60.
sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like when it's time for that and the game on the line, bro. Despite that, yeah, we lost to the Warriors in the finals, bro. When it's time for elimination game, Tatum always the one who come through. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hit it. I done seen JB fold in a few elimination games where Tatum was the one carrying the load on his back, bro. JB got to prove he could do it. Like, I'm sorry. I understand they want to say JB had the better impact because of his aggression and the defense he played on Luka. Fine, if you want to give him the Finals MVP off that, that's cool. But let's not act like Jason Tatum
Don't
still
act
wasn't
like
the
he wasn't a
person that
bucket too. And then like he put up Andre Iguodala 15 points. No, bro, he was getting buckets
I'm
out
not
there
saying
too.
I'm
And
not saying
locking
that
up.
I'm
And
not saying
locking up.
I'm
The
not saying that
best
he wasn't the
player.
bucket. Tatum was
Stop
doing the
playing.
same thing. Go
He
look
ain't
at
like
Luka
how,
numbers.
Hey man,
Yes,
I'll
he
put you
did.
like this. I'll put you like this.
Go look at Luka
Jalen
numbers, bro.
Brown, that finals last year, Jalen Brown definitely had the most important job guarding Luka. He did that. He earned finals MVP. But what we cannot ignore is the fact that Jason Tatum was literally doing everything else on the basketball court.
he's supposed to. You
Along with
supposed
playing
to be the
defense,
best player.
bro.
You supposed
That's
to
what
be the
I'm
number
Along
one.
with
saying.
playing
Like
defense,
He's
bro.
he
supposed
was
to. The thing
the
is, bro,
he
JT
took
doing
away
what
the
he's
key
supposed
thing.
to.
He
What
took
they
away. Hold on,
like,
hold on. Let me get this off though. He took away the key thing that was about that whole Mavericks playoffs run was Luka throwing that lob. Jason Tatum shut all of that down. He was guarding the bigs. He shut all of that down.
it wasn't just him. It was a whole
It
rotation.
was
It
mainly
wasn't.
him.
It was mainly him because
I
You gotta think they ain't had no other
Kristaps missed
big.
them games,
They
bro.
had
Our only
Horford.
other
Exactly.
Horford
Exactly.
couldn't guard both them bigs by himself. Who you think was out there getting the low share on them lobs and stuff when Lively and it was jumping up at that rim? It was Tatum. Tatum was on
He
that
was
back
out there
line shutting
protecting
it
the rim.
down.
Bro, one of them was a rookie.
A rookie, a fifth-year player, bro. He was doing what he had to
Like,
do to
bro,
get them the ring, bro.
you better guard a rookie, bro. What
That
you mean?
that
Like,
rookie was
bro, what?
7 feet too and
that's
can
what I'm
jump out
saying,
the
bro. That's
Tatum
a
gym.
ain't
7 foot
small.
rookie.
He's 6'8", 6'9". Y'all act like he little. Come
I
on
ain't
now.
saying he little. I'm just
Ain't
saying he
nobody
not a
saying he
big.
little, but I'm just saying though, bro. Like, don't act like Tatum wasn't out there
Bro,
locking up because
here's the thing. Here's
even
the
when he
thing.
had to guard Luka, he strapped him up, bro.
Y'all keep
Luka
speaking.
was the most inefficient against two players,
Y'all
Jalen
keep
Brown and Jason
speaking.
Tatum.
Y'all keep speaking as if I'm taking something away from JT, and I'm not. I ain't took nothing away from that man. All I'm doing is giving the man who not getting his flowers. You see what I'm saying? He need his flowers. He deserve his respect, bro. The man do not get enough credit
He
for
got
what he do
finals
on that team,
MVP.
bro.
He
You know
got
what I'm
the
saying?
conference
Like,
finals MVP.
That's
How was he
that's
not
what
getting his flowers?
exactly,
that's what I'm
exactly. And you
saying, bro.
still
He
out here
got back to
and
back.
people still out here trying to question his role on the team. Talk about you got Cardinal out
Okay,
here saying
okay.
this a
I'm not
test
I'm
for
not
him.
doing that.
This a
I'm not
test for
doing that.
him, bro. What? This is a test for the
Yet,
finals MVP, the conference finals
yes,
MVP?
yes,
No, bro.
yes,
No, I'm not
yes,
going for that.
yes,
He got paid
yes,
just like Jason Tatum, bro. You
yes,
know what I'm saying? So nah,
yes, yes,
I can't
yes.
agree with that.
You right, you right. He did get paid like him. So this the time where you show your medal that you got paid that 300 million without your other superstar on the side of you. Let's see what you do.
And if he do
Cause
that,
the
He
if
last
he
time,
did.
do
He
that,
kinda
if he
did. He
do
kinda
that,
did
this
already.
make everything y'all trying to preach about Tatum irrelevant. Cause then he gotta go. For sure. For sure. Now you gotta
All
go.
right,
You
so
hurt. You
hold
costing
on,
us
hold
money.
on, hold
JB
on.
got finals MVP over you. And he stepped up and carried us while you
so
gone
so
too.
so
Man,
so so the person that does all the stuff that JB don't do is the one that gotta go. The one who set everybody up, the one who crashed the boards.
he
Go look at their
obviously
regular
don't set
season
everybody
numbers.
up. If you see how much smoother they ball movement was the minute he gone.
Of
That's
course
not
it's gotta
fair.
be of course
That's
it's
not
gotta be
fair.
smoother because they
Is
lost
it?
a
Is
superstar.
it? Because the
That,
man, because
no,
I
no,
mean,
no.
Jalen Brown instantly come in with a career high in assists the minute he gone,
I'm gonna tell you why he came
and
in
his
with a
ball
career high of
smoothment the
assists.
whole time,
Because one of the
ball
biggest
smoothment the whole
I
time.
got you. I got you. He definitely did that this last game. I'm saying it's not fair because the one thing that everybody has been saying about Jalen Brown was that he wasn't a playmaker. This is literally the first time we have seen him do some great playmaking in the playoff setting. I
I
give him
can't
his
say
credit for
that.
doing it.
He do what they need him to do. Other times they haven't needed him to be a playmaker. When he was there them years before, bro,
Because
and then they had JT.
Guess who was
JT supposed to be the
playmaking?
playmaker.
I'm
JT the LeBron of the
JT
team and all of
J,
that. He's
JT
supposed to be
came
the
in and
playmaker,
took
bro.
bro,
JB's
bro,
supposed to come in and get they
JT
buckets like
came
he been doing from
J
jump before
JT
JT got
came in
there and after
J
JT got there. That's
J
what he do.
J JT came in and
Defend the
elevated
wings
JB,
and
bro.
get they buckets. That's what he been doing since day one, since before JT got there. And he do it at a high level. He defend the wings and he get they buckets, bro. Like it ain't been his
all I'm
job to play
saying
make.
is
That's been an expanded role that they've asked of him that he's added to his game and he's giving it.
all I'm saying is I don't see a reason for the Celtics to get rid of either one of these guys. I don't think
I
it's
feel you there.
a I don't think it's a test for Jalen Brown to prove his worth. He already did that. The year he got paid, he won Finals MVP. I think he already proved that. What I'm saying is, I think this is something the Celtics can look at moving forward, saying, maybe we can retool or rebuild the team around Jaylen Brown with Jason Tatum still there if they get different results. Because I think right now it's currently constructed as Jason Tatum is the best player. And if they get better results from Jaylen Brown this upcoming year, there might be something to talk about. But regardless, some guys aren't coming back next year. One, I believe, is Kristaps Porzingis. I don't think he's coming back. They have
Yeah,
a
Tingus
decision
got
to
to
make
go.
on Drew Holiday. Maybe they want to trade him. I think
I
he still
think
has a year left on his contract, but
I think Drew's gone.
they
Honestly,
trying to get under that second apron because of the taxes and
but
penalties that they got to pay for it.
yeah, because of them two contracts, and that's why I'm like, that's why I said like, outside of the Jays, your only untouchable is Derek White and maybe Peyton Pritchard because he's still a little cheap right now. But outside of the
Those
Jays and
guys
Derek
good.
White, bro, like
Let me give y'all an
outside of
example of how I look at this. Let me give y'all an example of how I look at this. This will tell you roughly. So I look at this a lot like the Miami Heat, bro. They you know what I'm saying. So the LeBron, okay, cool. LeBron the best player, bro. You know what I'm saying. But D Wade is D Wade, bro, and he the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying. Like D Wade is that dude, bro. And when Bron gone, D Wade still here. You know what I'm saying. He was here before him. He here after him. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't quite the same, but it's
yeah, but
pretty
it's not the
similar,
same
bro.
because
It's
LeBron was a
similar.
free
Hold on,
agent.
hold on. It's similar, bro.
It's
You know what I'm
only
saying? So
one
you
year
got
between them.
JT, and then like JB was here first, you know what I'm saying? And he did his job, bro. Got finals MVP. JT still ain't even got that tip, even though they won they tip together. You know what I'm saying? So like if JT now
He got
JT
robbed
hurt,
of it.
you know, so now he hurt. Now he's hurt with the this is a no matter how you want to slice it, bro, it's a career threatening injury. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how he gonna come back from this. You can only hope that he come back as best as Kevin Durant did, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's still up in the air, bro. And your consistent have been JB forever, aka D Wade forever. You know what I'm saying? So while Bron might be the best player, Bron gotta go. Take your ass back to Cleveland, do what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We this heat culture over here. This is what we do. If it come like that with JT, I can see it, bro. Like next year, you know what I'm saying? Especially you don't know what you're gonna get. If the Celtics is a threat next year without this man, bro, you can't say that they is not gonna entertain that option. Especially the way the Celtics move, bro. They shipped off Paul Pierce, bro. They legend forever. They shipped off
Look at when
KG.
they
You know what I'm
shipped
saying?
him
Like,
off. They shipped him off when the man's was old and on the decline, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
but regardless, bro, Tatum getting up there in age, bro, especially 2 years from now, recovering off an injury. Like, you can't say, bro, that it's not high skepticism that he's still going to be there in the mix. We all think so. We all expect it, you know what I'm saying? But you can't say that it ain't high possibility with when we don't know what's to come within next season and even to finish this season, bro. And JB is they constant right now. He they $300 million man. That's there. That's finals MVP. That's still there. You see what
In
I'm saying? Like,
2014, Paul Pierce was 36. That's when that trade happened.
hey, well, regardless, you see it. It's there. The possibility is there, bro. They might be a year or two a little early, whatever, but the
How many years
possibility
is
there.
on Jason
Paul
Tatum
Pierce,
contract?
Paul Pierce was old. Paul Pierce also was
Jason
off
Tatum.
on Achilles,
So Jalen Brown
and he ain't
contract
getting
kicked.
this crazy
So
money either.
so Jalen Brown contract kicked in last year. Jason Tatum contract don't kick in next year. So when it's all said and done, I think Tatum contract is 4 years. Brown only got 3 years left because Brown came in a year ahead of Tatum. So their contract is always a year offsetting.
And Jason Tatum got 4 years to show that he's still the best player on the team. That's all I can say about that.
Two of them is gone.
One of them is gone.
One gone. The other one is him coming back. So essentially, two of them is gone.
But
And that means he got 2 years to prove it.
two and a half, three.
Off a potential career in the injury at the age of
He what, 26,
27.
27?
he'll be
27.
probably 30, I think, when so he'll be like 30.
I got faith in Jason Tatum. I
I'm
think
about
he's
to.
going.
But do the
I'm not going.
Celtics.
Yes.
And
I
if they
Yes.
see
get
Yes,
no
they
bro,
do.
and
reason
if
why
they
they
get
shouldn't have faith in
if
him.
they get if they get an offer that's gonna set them up, you know how they move, bro. Come on,
It
man.
better be a
Y'all acting
crazy
like you
offer.
don't know.
I'm about to
If
say,
it's
bro,
We
some
it's
know
if
how
gotta
it's
they
be,
move. It
it's
better be
gotta
a
be,
crazy
yeah,
offer.
bro, it's gotta be a crazy offer, bro. Like, did you
Yes,
not
we
see
talking
what
about
they
six
robbed?
first round picks.
Like, bro, did you not see what they
Fi-
robbed Brooklyn
Five
of
first round
for
picks
an old
minimum.
Paul Pierce and an old KG, bro? Like, this the Celtics we
A
talking about, bro.
king's ransom.
Like, ain't no the Celtics ain't taking nothing less than a full house for Tatum, bro. Like, you gotta throw everything plus the kitchen sink for Jason Tatum, even coming off an Achilles, bro. This Boston we talking about, they not just finna what? You not getting him for no high five and a bag of chips, bro. This is one of the greatest Celtics in history, bro, and got the numbers to prove it. And his career ain't even over yet, bro. Like, they not about to trade away an all-time Celtics great for nothing.
And
They
he's
got it
definitely entered those conversations.
bro.
Luca just got traded for AD. You don't think it's possible?
I'm not saying it ain't possible. I'm just saying the chances of it are low.
It ain't as low as you think, considering Luca just got moved for AD. And before that, you would have said the chances of Luca getting traded is less than 1%. So I
But what we're
can
saying, it has to be a crazy offer. A crazy, yeah. Though AD, I would consider as a crazy offer, even if it
and
ain't
a
for
lot you
Luca.
could say, okay, and let's look at
That's a
it from this
crazy offer.
perspective though. Let's look at it from this perspective though. A lot of people don't consider it
Like,
that a
like,
crazy
like,
offer. A lot of people don't. Like a lot of people feel like they got fleeced. You know what I'm saying? I think
That,
it's a solid
that's
offer. I
because
don't see nothing wrong.
they comparing Luca because he like one of the best players in the NBA, and they don't think Anthony Davis is on that level. But
I didn't say they got
looking at it from
fleeced.
a basketball
I'm not
perspective,
saying you did, but it's a lot of people in the world that's how it's viewed. You know what I'm
And then,
saying?
and
yeah,
then,
That's how it's
and
viewed.
then,
So like I
then
can't say that. And you gotta think, bro. You gotta think. So a crazy offer for Tatum could be, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, bro. Kaminga, you know what I'm saying?
no,
Not
hell
that that's gonna happen like right
no,
now. Not
no,
that's gonna happen like right
no.
now. But look at it this way. Look at it.
I-
Look at
no.
it. Look at it.
Nigga, they got
Hold
If
Tatum
on.
for
if
like
Kaminga is
Hold
a top
56,
on.
10
bro.
Hold
player,
on.
I can see
Hold
it.
on. Hold on. Say Kaminga come out with this sign and trade. Just entertain it for a minute. Listen, you'll see what I mean, bro. Say Kaminga come out with this sign and trade, bro. Go to this team. He come out averaging 28 next season. You know what I'm saying? 26, 28 next season. With whatever moves Boston got, they'll entertain some type of option like that, especially if they still got JB balling and he coming back off injury. You know what I'm saying? And then when he come back, if they don't like, you gotta think it always matters how they come back. If they don't like how you come back off injury, it's gonna change a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got this man who just dropping 28 a game last season. They're entertain that, something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it gotta be Kaminga, but it's just an example of like that type of like he a wing player that's finna be put in a position to be a top, where he could be a top player. If they see something like that and somebody offer it to them because they like, hey, it's
Bro,
JB. I mean, it's JT. You know what I'm saying? I want JT. You can't say the Celtics ain't finna take that, especially if they
bro,
younger too. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
What man?
It's only one player right now in the current NBA I would be okay with trading Boston for, and it's because he's a similar type player, and can fill up a stat sheet in a very similar way, even though he's not quite the scorer that JT is. That's Cade Cunningham, bro. I don't want to talk about no fucking Jonathan Kaminga.
That's a guard, bro. You see, it's a lot that we looking 2 years from now, a year and a half essentially from now. You know what I'm saying? Like we looking a whole season and then heading into next season, going into towards like the trade deadline,
Yeah,
bro.
and
Like that's a whole season and a
I like
half, bro.
Jonathan
It's a lot,
I like
a lot
Jonathan
that could
Kaminga,
change
but I
between
don't
then.
think he about to come out dropping
Like I said,
28,
I'm
8,
not
and 8,
saying it
bro.
has
Like
to
that
be Kaminga. I'm not saying it has to be Kaminga. Kaminga was just an example of a player who's finna be set up in a position to where he could do that. It could be another wing player that come in, they drop a 28 a game, bro. It could be Paolo. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
Paolo is
I would
acceptable.
Maybe the
entertain
Magic
Paolo.
done
Paolo
with him.
I would
Paolo
Maybe
is
the
entertain
Magic
Paolo.
done with
acceptable.
him. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all looking at it from a name aspect. I'm not looking at it from a name aspect. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from a
No,
production
I get what
aspect
you're saying.
and what is possible
What
come
I'm
if
saying is it will have to be the caliber of a top 10 player in the league. That's what I'm saying. It have to
yeah.
be a top 10 player. I think that
Top
if it's
five.
something like that, that's a crazy offer. Top, yeah, I would
But
say
what
top
make it crazy?
10.
I don't think it's crazy though if y'all saying JT like that. I mean,
I'm saying that would be the only type of deal that would make sense to make. You feel me? If the
well,
Celtics want to move on
they
from
not
Jason
just gonna
Tatum.
ship him off for some scrub. They not finna pull a, you know what I'm saying, Chicago Bulls and send off their best two players for whatever the Bulls got for them. Like
Yeah,
it's not
It'd have to
about
be
to be nothing like that. Like
yeah,
it'd have to be
yeah,
a
but
top
they
10
not.
caliber player that's young. You know what I'm
But
saying?
they not
That's
just about to swap Tatum out for a bunch of picks either, bro. Because then you putting yourself like at a disadvantage. It's like
are you
if they
if JB carried you
I
whole
wouldn't
last
say
year,
that
if JB
necessarily.
carried you last year without them, and you made the playoffs, and you made noise in the playoffs, bro, you can't say that. You can't say that. It's
I think you try. I think it's
yes, but
possible to
you would
retool
have to
around Jalen Brown. You don't need
you would
another
have to
Jason
look at
Tatum
why
with Jalen Brown.
you would
If you
have
want
to
to
exactly.
go
look
that
at
if
why
you want to go that way.
And that's what I see possible if JB comes with a nice season and they have a nice season next year. Like, I can see that happening.
I don't think it's going to happen that fast because Jason Tatum still has to recover for the
No,
next season.
I think they're gonna wait and see what they get out of him coming back. But a big reason why I say this, bro, you gotta look at this, bro. A big reason why I say this is because of the money that man's getting, and now he got this injury, bro. If he come back and they don't see him getting back to where it's worth this
look at
money,
what
bro, they're
the
gonna move
Brooklyn Nets
him. I'm telling you,
I believe they
look at
will
what the
give him an
Brooklyn Nets
entire
did for
season to
K.
prove that.
Hey, exactly, bro. If
hopefully,
anything, bro, they probably
hopefully,
ain't no hopefully, bro. They probably gonna
if
get
so,
him to the end of his contract to prove that, bro. Look at how the Brooklyn Nets did KD. Usually, when it comes to superstar injuries like that, and they come back off injuries, they get that grace, bro. They don't treat them like they the sixth man on the bench, bro. Like they
Like
usually
you
don't
gotta
happen with
when
think
superstars and injuries,
it's
bro.
never
bro,
been no problems between Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics organization.
no, it haven't.
You thinking about the Lucas situation like it wasn't problems going into that for
I'm
years.
not just thinking about the Luka situation, bro. I'm thinking about how the league is with the money now, bro.
Even
With the
even
amount of
with
money,
that money, even with that money, bro.
these people getting, teams is
Even with
super skeptical on paying them these max dollars, bro. With
I hear
without
what you're
yes,
saying, but
yes,
what
I hear
I'm
what
saying
you
is
even
you
with
saying.
Tatum, you gotta think, bro. Even
I
with
hear what
Tatum
you saying.
already earning that money and proving himself to the Celtics, they already got their chip and everything. Like they
I
definitely could feel
I
like they
hear
got what they gonna get out of this.
I
They
hear
could feel like, and a lot of people see that
I
that's a
hear
possible option.
I hear what you
I
saying.
get that,
I hear
but
what you saying, but
I honestly feel like
The
they go
Celtics
he has
are
earned grace.
yes,
He
he has, and also the
at
Celtics
least
are a
one
team.
season, bro.
It's
At
still a
least one
business.
season, bro.
It's
I
still
Yes,
a
hear what you're
business.
saying. I
yes,
feel
it's
like they
still a
can at least
business,
see for
but
one season.
the Celtics don't
Put it
just
to you like
trade.
this, bro.
They don't just trade away they superstars like that, bro.
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
I'm just telling you, bro. Even with that contract, teams still be scared to trade away superstars, bro.
If Klay Thompson ain't come back showing that he can still be Klay Thompson and can help them get that chip, they wouldn't have let him finish that season. They would not have let him finish that season, bro. I'm telling you,
Yes, they would
they
have.
would not have let him finish that season. He came back and they seen that he still had it and how much he was still helping the team out and things like that. And they said, we got you. You know what I'm saying? You here for now at least. You see what I'm saying? So if Tatum come back and they don't feel like what if bro, what if he become a detriment to the team? What if they win 60 games next year without him? You see what I'm saying? And then he come back the following year. He come back the following year, and now they starting off 8 and
I
16. You know what I'm saying?
I
With
don't
him
see
playing.
I don't
Like
see
they
that
they
team.
definitely gonna look at that, bro. Like
That's
I'm telling you. With
that's
the
not gonna
money he
happen though.
making too,
But that's not gonna happen though. That's
you're
not gonna happen
assuming.
though.
You're assuming. We don't know. It's possible.
You're also assuming though.
I'm
Exactly. You're
saying
also assuming,
I'm
bro.
leaving it a possibility. Y'all acting like it's not a possibility at
I'm
all.
not
Like that
saying it's
man
not a
just
possibility.
solidified
We
it.
not
And
Again,
we not
I'm
saying
saying the chances of it are low.
we not saying it's not a possibility, but
I
there's a
wouldn't
greater
say it's super low. I
but
say about 70-30 right now.
there's a greater possibility of them giving Tatum that grace and finishing out their contract before they decide they're gonna do anything with either of them. More than likely, they're gonna let them finish out these contracts and see where they go from there. Like Boston, Boston just don't make moves like that, bro. Like that's not. They didn't even do
The
that with
last
KG.
time
They
Boston
didn't even do
traded a
that with KG,
superstar, they
bro.
traded IT for Kyrie Irving. Like they 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 don't do trades to like that often. It'll have to be something amazing. I think
When
he's earned grace with the team. I
when
think
if they
that
had an injury like this,
Kevin
IT.
Garnett. Kevin Garnett, when he got hurt, they didn't trade KG. They let him run it back.
and then moved him,
That was like 2 or 3 years after that.
bro. The league move faster now. I'm telling you, bro. Tell you.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't think. I hear what
I
you're
hear
saying. It
what you
is a
said.
possibility. I
I hear what you
just
saying,
believe that he's going to get grace. I'm
a
confident
player,
in that.
of
I think
Jason
so too.
Tatum's
I mean,
caliber, bro, is
he gon' get some grace. Yes. How much is gonna be the question?
he's gonna get a lot of grace.
I believe
You
he gets
hope.
at least
You hope.
at least one season.
He brought them a championship. He's gonna get a lot of
Once
grace.
one season after he comes back, I think that's he, and not
The
only that,
Warriors,
I believe Jason Tatum going to show that he's worth the money anyway. That's another thing I believe.
he was showing it before he
I
got the contract.
I don't think it's gonna derail him much. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like it's possible, bro. With injuries
Yeah,
like this, bro,
it's
injuries like this change a lot, bro. Injuries and you get paid that much, bro. Like I'm
It
telling you,
is,
when
but
they
look at
know that
you gotta
they
look
gotta pay you that much and you not healthy, bro. I'm
look,
telling you,
but that's what I'm saying
these
though.
owners
I
don't be playing,
it
man.
it
What the Brooklyn Nets did for Kevin Durant, bro. Jason
Bro,
Tatum signed his wait, hold on, let me finish. Jason Tatum signed his contract when he was still healthy. The Brooklyn Nets gave Kevin Durant a full brand new contract. That man was out a whole season with an Achilles tear, bro. Like he gonna get that
that's a
grace,
different
bro.
situation though, Carnell. They never
no,
had
hold
nothing.
on. Not only that, it's a different team. Different team. A different team gave him that money, aka not the team that he was on with that injury.
They gonna give him that money
That's
too.
because KD chose to leave though.
I'm about
Bro,
to say that's the skate,
it ain't just because KD chose to leave.
bro.
I
The
mean, it's
Warriors is
part
gonna
of it.
give
Like,
him that money, bro.
yeah, the Warriors gonna give him that money, but you know what I'm
And
saying?
he
It's
definitely was
also
going to have that grace.
because it's KD. You know what I'm saying?
The,
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
because you want to know why he
Exactly.
had brought him 2 championships, bro. This JT, he just brought him a chip last year. Like
But
if
he
you
ain't Finals MVP, and he hurt. That's all, bro.
That
I'm
does not
telling you,
mean
man.
he didn't
I'm
bring
telling
them
you.
a championship.
Telling you. It don't that.
exactly,
It
bro.
don't mean that. But
Especially when they wouldn't have won that chip without him as the man who led
Hey,
the
a
team in
lot of
all
people say
statistical
Scottie Pippen
categories, bro.
earned his 6 rings. Everybody say Scottie earned his 6 rings.
facts. Yeah. And I ain't denying that. I don't say Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he helped him. You know what I'm saying? But you know, look, bro. Look. I'm just saying, don't be surprised, bro. Like I can see it happening, man. I can see it happening. The league
The
is
point of things like that happening is that it's supposed to be a surprise.
And my thing, and that's my whole thing. Don't be surprised, bro. Y'all keep letting these things surprise y'all, and it's getting to a point where these things ain't
I
much
can
of a
see I
surprise.
can see a scenario. Say he comes back and he's constantly getting hurt often. Then I could see a scenario where they could entertain trades.
Look at what they did with Gordon Hayward and Tatum. Come on, man.
They gave that man Gordon Hayward 2.5 years. What do you mean?
You think they gonna keep doing this?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be
They
honest
got
with you. The
two.
only reason why Gordon Hayward lasted that long was because they had those other guys.
They got two $300 million men on the team, bro. Like that is big money, my boy. Like, like, bro, like this matters. If it
If
was just JT by
that,
himself out there and they waiting for him to come back, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, yeah, like he gonna get with them having two of them, bro. I'm telling you, his grace gets brought down. It ain't gonna be as
I
obvious.
think a lot of this does depend on what they do after this season as well, because
That's
they
what I'm
still got some
saying, man.
decision.
It's
I'm saying
next
regardless of
season.
what they say about JT and JB, they got some decisions to make about their roster in general. And
I
I
don't
think
see them.
after that, then we can see, because I think they're gonna try to since they know Jason Tatum gonna be gone, they're gonna try to build this team around Jaylen Brown to see what it looked like, you know. And I
That's
think
my
that's
thing. That's my thing. I don't even know if they gonna build around JB. I think that they might end up waiting
I think
around
they
for a
should.
year, bro.
I
I
see
think.
no I see no harm in them trying to do that. Give some guys some 1 year contracts, or they could sign. They could probably get a key player
I
at a
mean,
decent
yeah.
price.
They
I
got a
mean,
lot of money on the books, bro. They gotta make some moves. This is what I'm trying to tell
They
you.
gotta make
exactly,
trades though.
This is not sustainable. They gotta make some moves.
exactly. The players we notice on the chopping block for sure that's taking up a lot of that salary cap is Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday. Like them is the two that we know for sure.
Bro, bro, bro. The most money is being taken up by $200-300 million men.
Yes,
That
but
right
neither
there,
one of them are being looked at
everything
as
is
on the
stemming
chopping
from that,
block,
bro.
bro.
One of their contracts probably about to get restructured soon, bro. Like I'm telling you, like this. You can't
That's
just keep
that's
having
not
three hundred
about
million.
Before
Like
before that
that's not
happens,
about
they're gonna get
exactly
rid of
before that
Porzingis
happens,
and
bro.
Drew
They gonna
Holiday.
move exactly before that happens. They
definitely,
gonna move
definitely.
everybody else. Tatum contract
But
don't even come on
I
till
think
next year. So talking about a
yeah.
restructuring wouldn't happen until the third year of that contract. So that's still a 2 year grace period. Like no matter how you want to slice it, bro, everything falls in 2.5 to 3 years from now.
You got about 2 years. Like I said, we gonna see when he come back. We gonna see what type of moves they make. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the key. We gonna see how next season go, and then we gonna see how type of moves they make it. So you know what I'm saying. But since we talk about all these crazy moves, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. You know what I'm saying? Because we got more crazy moves that's been happening. We spoke about it a little bit. The Luka trade, how that happened, how it went down. A lot of people was hurt about that. Burning jerseys. My man's receiving death threats, all of that. Now he kind of looking like the hero, man. They just got the number one pick. Had like, what was that, 1.8% chance, I believe it was, bro. Ended
Mhm.
up with the number one pick. So they essentially win the Cooper Flag sweepstakes because we all know he going number one. Anyways, now they got this. They won the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. So we want to know, there's just a lot of speculation out there. What's better off? What would be better off? Should they have kept Luka? Is they better off with this Cooper Flag and the team they got going forward? What y'all think, man? Because everybody upset. Personally, I think they made a good move. I think, especially with getting Cooper Flag, it's low key the icing on the cake. Because I mean, you put like Kyrie with AD, that's better balance to me than like Luca and a rookie Lively and PJ Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like that's not much of a winning formula to me. Even though they
I
made
mean,
the
but
finals, I don't see
I,
that as a
I
winning
mean, but
formula.
Kyrie.
So
So okay, they're better off financially wise with Cooper Flag than Luca because with that rookie contract, they get a little bit more grace because they don't got to pay Luca the big money, so they got more money to play around with to kind of build the team out and kind of retool and try and like build around another young superstar in terms of pushing for a championship. How that team is gonna look next year, that remains to be seen. Kyrie out with the ACL more than likely for most of the year. He tore his ACL in what was that? February? Wasn't that wasn't
Yeah.
that wasn't that post All Star breaks like February March? So Kyrie's done pretty much for all of next year. So really, that team is really just gonna be Cooper Flag and AD, and we all know AD is liable to miss about 30 to 40 games at this point. So it remains to be seen how this is gonna work out basketball wise. Honestly, until Kyrie get back on the floor, like you need Kai out there in order to really see how this is going to play out because there is a path where next year, because you don't know with Anthony Davis' health, which is a real thing, where the Mavericks could just end up being Cooper Flag and a bunch of role players. So,
I mean, I think that works out perfectly for the Mavericks. You You let Cooper Flag rookie season develop, ball out, do what you're gonna do, learn, make your mistakes.
Don't
Kyrie
have no
heal it.
pressure.
You said exactly. Kyrie heal and come back. You let AD coast through the season. How many games he play. It don't even really matter, nigga. You could not play at all if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Coast through the season. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? Play if you want to, and then shit, come back. They're gonna have another good pick because they gonna suck. And then what? And then come back the next season, man. They might be in the finals. You got a sophomore Flag who then learned. Got Kyrie back, AD fresh. Boy, hey, watch out for that. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. I like that. For sure, for sure.
I think that the chips fell perfectly, I guess, for the Mavericks. We know the
Facts.
draft lottery is rigged. But anyway, I think they in a perfect situation right now to where they can play the slow game until Kyrie is back. Then they can get to the fast game. And by the time Kyrie is back, you'll have Cooper Flagger have a year under his belt. AD will have a year under his belt with the new team. So I just think that it's a great situation for him. But let's entertain something a little crazy. Let's say if Cooper Flag is what we believe he's going to be, another generational talent, what if the Mavericks are actually good next year without Kyrie? Let's say AD plays about 60 games. He do what AD does. Cooper Flag out there, rookie of the year. Lift the Mavericks
I
win
mean,
what?
that's good. That's good too. They just only thing with that is they would make the playoffs. They wouldn't have as good of a pick next season, and then the following season they would come in. You know what I'm saying? And
I think I think
try to
I
build on
think
that with Kyrie.
I think the sooner Cooper Flag is good, the better for the Mavericks, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm
but
about to say, I'm
I also
about to
think if
say
if they don't win as many games next year, it'll
with that
be
new
very beneficial to them. Look at the Spurs. Look at the Spurs. You know what I'm saying?
I,
They
I,
had they
I get
had
I get
Vic.
what you're saying, but the
They
Spurs
had
wasn't.
Vic generational. Vic came in, balled out, did what he did, and they still got a nice pick going into next year. So then the next year they come in, boom, Stephon Castle. Now he rookie of the year. Now they got them two together. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
That's because the Spurs wasn't good at all. You feel
yeah,
me? Like the
yeah,
Mavericks just traded their superstar. That's a whole different dynamic.
and
I'm saying that they can play the long game whenever Kyrie. I mean, they can play the fast game whenever Kyrie comes back healthy. I'm just saying, what if Cooper Flag is as good as we thought he was year one, and the Mavericks are actually good without Kyrie? I think that makes them even scarier when Kyrie comes back, meaning that they can immediately compete for championships.
but
well,
also
I
it's
think I
harder.
think they're gonna do that
It's
automatically. That's what I'm saying.
That
Even if Cooper Flag don't come into like that superstar, right away
it's
by year two,
it's
I
harder
see
for
them competing
it's
when
harder
Kyrie
for
come back.
teams it's harder for teams to play the
for
long
sure.
game now though. It's honestly harder for teams to play the long
How
game
you gonna
now.
say that after preaching that Boston should do that to
Hold
JT?
shut
This man is crazy. Y'all hear
will
this,
you
bro?
will
I
you
love
shut
this show.
will
I
you
love
shut
this
up,
show,
dude? Like
bro. Oh my god. Oh
He,
my
he low key
god,
got you
bro.
right there, Carneal.
Oh my god. This is gold. That's gold. You sound like you sound
he did he didn't feel
like the
because the
Paul
same
George injury thing.
he didn't feel because the same issues I brought up is the reason why it's harder for Boston to play the long game. That's why they got to cut some of these contracts. This is literally what we was just talking about. Boston can't necessarily play the long game with building a team out. They got to cut some of this down. So I told you, really, this team in the next couple of years is going to look like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and whoever else. That's not necessarily playing the long game as much as it is retooling. They already got them under contract. Hell, for a team like the Mavs, when you will have to pay everybody, when I say all of them at once, you have to pay all of them at once. AD contract, if they choose to keep him and let's say AD keep balling now, his contract up in 2027. Cooper Flag contract, I think you got to pay him a year and a half. Okay, you got to pay him like a year and a half later after that, and then Kyrie. So really, it's about if the Mavs want to avoid that second apron or not. That's the whole reason why Boston has to cut contracts to avoid that second apron. Like I was literally just explaining how Boston can't play the long game, which is why I said more than likely they're gonna cut some of them contracts and then go from there. So
Yeah, but
so
I think
so
I think the situation. I hear what you're saying, Carnell. The Celtics can't afford to play the long game at this point in time. But what Mike is saying is, well, I guess what Mike is saying is the waiting for the superstar thing. But I don't think that's the situation that Dallas is in at the moment because we know even
exactly
after
it's
ACL, Kyrie is going to be Kyrie. We know that.
Oh yeah. They coming back. They like I said, I see them as a threat when he come back for sure. With Flag AD in this, they put like some solid shooters and defenders around,
But
man.
I'm gonna
They
be
gonna
honest
be a
though,
problem
whatever team AD is on, it always comes down to this: can he be healthy enough?
at the right time. You need him healthy
Exactly.
at the right
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Because he could be in and out, but you need him healthy at the right time.
If
Like
he
Bubble
healthy
was
for the
perfect. You know what
playoffs,
I'm saying? Bubble was perfect. AD got them a chip. You know what I'm saying? What was it?
the bubble was
Last I think
perfect
it was
because that
last
man
year.
had
I think it
that
was
man
last
had
year it
4 months to rest.
AD was good too, I think last year.
AD
They
played
just
70 games
lost.
last year.
Yeah, last year was good too. They just lost. They ain't make it through. But AD was good last year. Like that was, so you could get it. It's just is you gonna get it? That's gonna be the question.
The bubble
Man,
was good because that man had
I
time
think you
off.
are gonna get it because now he's not playing the five. Just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, I think that's big. So you think they better with this, or would they have been better off with Luca?
It's hard to say. I got to see it first. I got to see it. The way it looks though is looking like they okay, but
In terms of
my
a
thing is
championship
they
window, it was better with Luca because you knew what Luca was, you knew the superstar he was, you knew the
you
player he
built that team
was.
around Luca.
Exactly, and yeah, also you knew what you had to do to retool around Luca in order to be able to win. The judgment's still out on Cooper Flag. You feel me? If Cooper Flag become what everybody think he can become, you know me, I'm one of the biggest Cooper Flag supporters. So I hope my boy become what I hope he can. But technically the jury's still out on Cooper Flag and whether or not he gonna become that. Like, wow, we know, you know, it don't happen as much. But like, God forbid, I mean, it could hit the league and be like Anthony Bennett fall. I don't think that's gonna happen. But you know,
No, it's possible.
anything is possible. So I would say, in terms of a championship window, I think they was better under Luca. In terms of building for the future, they better with Cooper Flag. So it's like if the Mavs were really more so in a win now mode, I honestly think they would have stuck with Luca and would have tried to make some move. Like
Yeah, see,
I felt
I don't know about that, and the reason I don't know about that is because I feel like they kind of saw like they maximized like their finals run last year, and then the way they went into this season and how they season started and was going. I think they saw like their potential was maximized,
it only it
even
only
hold on,
went like
even if they would have retooled, they would have got similar pieces because that's the pieces that essentially
You
that
gotta think though,
you
bro.
felt
right,
like you needed
They
around
they
Luca.
they bought
right.
Gafford last year at the trade deadline.
But they
And
season was
he was
only
big for him. He was
they
That's
big
what
for
I'm
season
him,
was
saying.
only
but they also drafted Lively who do similar things, so they already
right,
No,
knew what type of player they needed.
what
right,
I'm
right.
saying is that
But they
that's why the team was as good as they were last year because
like like
they made that move to get Gafford. They made the move to get PJ Washington. They made those moves last year at the deadline.
like
Yeah. And
and
I feel like they saw like that was the max that they was gonna get a
but
finals run. You know what I'm saying?
the only
Especially with you got to look at it. Some of it they had a little bit of luck on that run. We not gonna say they didn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean they was skilled too, but they had a little bit of luck on that run. And then like
yeah
Every team has luck on a
we
championship run. I'm gonna be
right,
honest.
right.
yeah.
So
But the only reason that this past season was going how it was going was because Luca got hurt. If Luca don't get hurt, they season goes a lot
uh,
differently.
okay, bro, but
I don't even think they look at trading him. I think Luca getting hurt was a big reason on why they said that, because when Luca was entirely healthy the previous season, they made it to the finals. So if you want to go based off this one injury and him being hurt and him being out of shape, well, you traded for somebody who is routinely hurt. So I'm like,
Yes, but he also not routinely out of shape, and he's a proven winner, and he won when he was in the finals, whereas Luka didn't, bro. All of this stuff matters, bro. Luka was also hurt, at least from their perspective, part because of the in shape thing. You see what I'm saying? It's been a problem, and it's been so they like I said, they felt like they saw what they was gonna get out of him, especially with him coming getting hurt the very next season after a long finals run like that. Like you can't say that they didn't see the maximized potential there, which I don't mind that, especially with how fast the league is moving.
I can't say that.
You don't got
thank
teams
you, Phil.
going.
I
You
can't
don't
say
got
that.
teams with how fast the league is moving. You don't got teams going back and back, back and back and back to the finals. It's not happening like that. You pretty much one and done each year. Then the next year, somebody then figures you out, and that's their turn. Like this has been how it's been for at least the last 5 years since the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ain't been no back-to-back champions, and it's barely been anybody back in the finals who was just there. Most of them is new teams. Look at what's about to happen this year. Probably about to be two new teams again. Like, so with that, they see this, they know all of this going into the the leagues and stuff like that. So you know this coming in. You know you was just in the finals last year. You know you done had problems with this man's situation before, and now he hurt. And it's probably hurt based off problems that y'all know that you already had before. Hey man, writing might be on the wall. I think we didn't maximize our potential here. A finals run might be all we gonna get. You see what I'm saying? Like Boston was having these same conversations. You know what I'm saying? Before they won the chip, because they lost their chip. They had been
No,
running through
the
this for a
media was
while.
having them conversations,
Yeah,
not
you could say
Boston.
that. You could say that. You could say that, bro. But them conversations was in that locker room too. Just because they ain't act on them, don't mean them conversations wasn't being had. They was being had. No matter how you want to say, it's
It,
still a business. Them
But they
conversations
also
getting
had
had.
a
if
they
they
they had
if
a
them
great team
conversations,
since Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown walked in the door. They've had a
Right.
great team.
Yeah.
Luka
Yeah.
hasn't
They
had a
did.
great team since he walked in the door. They just got good.
No, I can't say that. They've
I'm
been
oh,
constantly
I'm not gonna say
making.
just got good. They've just gotten to that great level of basketball when they got Kyrie last year. I mean the year before that.
I'm about to
But
say
it's
they
because
had
they've
just
been
finally
learning.
put
It's because they've
they
been
had just
learning and
finally put
constantly
a real
retooling though.
they had
You see what
just
I'm saying?
finally
They
put
had what
a
they
They're
real
had.
yeah,
They
yeah.
retooled, did a little better, retooled, did a little better, retooled, did a little better. You see what I'm saying?
But
Like
they
that's what they
had just
kept doing.
finally put a good team around him though.
yeah, but yeah,
What
those
other
other
teams did
teams weren't
Luca
really.
have that yeah, like them other
I'm
teams
not gonna
weren't built
lie.
to
I'm
win,
not
bro.
gonna
They
lie.
wasn't good, bro.
The year they had Jalen Brunson and Porzingis on the team, I I think they blew that situation completely,
I
especially
said
with
they
They
should have
did.
brought
Porzingis.
back
They
Jalen
did.
Brunson.
They
I
did.
said they should have
They
But
brought
did.
back
I
Brunson.
say that
I said
because
that a bunch.
Porzingis didn't like how they were playing, how they were utilizing him. That's why
Yeah.
that didn't really work. But I don't think that's not fair to Luke. I don't think that's maximizing his potential because you got a player who stylistically fits what you're doing, but doesn't really agree with the play style. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was maximizing his potential, in my honest opinion. Plus, you had a Jalen Brunson that literally just came. I mean, he was playing good that year, definitely, but he showed superstar quality in the playoffs. And I
Yup, because
believe
when
if they would have re-signed
I
him,
had been beating the
he would
Jalen
have been
Brunson
the
drum for
Kyrie.
years, bro. I had been beating that Jalen Brunson drum ever since he came out of Villanova. I was saying this, bro. I called it when I watched him win that championship, bro. I'm like, Brunson gonna be that dude. And then he got drafted by the Mavericks. I was so happy. And then
But
that
to
and then the playoffs came around. He was dropping 40s and 50s when Luca went down. It was hurt. It was carrying. Ooh.
to that point of maximizing the team, I think they just got it right the year before. Like they literally made the right trades at the trade deadline. I think, and I'm not gonna lie, Luca has a lot to do with this. He definitely plays a role in this because had he come into the season healthy and in shape, the Mavericks probably would have looked a lot different, and they wouldn't have thought about trading him. I I don't think I don't think it was about maximizing I don't think they've seen what they've seen out of Luca. I think it
It
was
was
more
about
of
that money.
they didn't want to pay Luca the money because of the issues that he already came with.
But I also feel like they felt like they maximized what they could. And part of I feel like that is for two reasons. One is because this, like I said, this ain't their first time retooling. So each time they retooled and essentially got better. And this time it got them to the finals. So they could go into it again. They could go into it again. You see what I'm saying? And go into it again, retool again, and try to go another crack at it. Which they could have did that. And I think that's what they started out was gonna do. To your point, Phil, like how you saying, but then how Luka came in with the injury, it derailed them a little bit. So, but I do think that they started to see the writing on the wall before before coming into this season, especially with how that finals losing that finals and the manner in which they lost that finals, the way Luka was attacked, even with the way they retooled and all of that, bro. That showed them a lot. You see what I'm saying? It showed them a lot, and that's why I feel like they felt like they maximized what they could get with him being the centerpiece and retooling around him. Because then you got to look at a team like the Phoenix Suns, right? Phoenix Suns essentially did the same thing. They had Devin Booker. They retooled, finally got him to the finals, lost in the finals. You see what I'm saying? And what they do after that, tried to retool to get back to the finals, get back, and it didn't go right. You see what I'm saying? Now the blame on whoever, Phoenix, you know what I'm saying? You could blame the moves they made. It didn't go right. Constantly trying to retool after that finals run. You could essentially say it might have happened again with the Mavericks, especially with how they started coming into this season, with the way him coming in out of shape, not being healthy. So it's like, yeah, we're gonna try to retool around you, and it's finna get even worse. Like, yeah, and we gotta pay you this money too, 300 million. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's figure this out right now. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean, the I from a general aspect, I do see what you're saying with the Phoenix situation, but I think, like I said, with a player not wanting to be there, I think that plays. I don't think you fault the other superstar for that. Is they didn't like DeAndre Ayton didn't want to be there, and it was because of the
he didn't
coach.
want to be there because they didn't want him there. Like they kept
No,
blaming him and
it's
saying
because
he
the
like
coach didn't want him there. The coach wasn't utilizing him correctly, and then they got rid of
Monty
the coach the
Williams
very
definitely
next
was
year.
not you. Monty Williams was definitely not
And ever
utilizing
since they
DeAndre
got
Ayton
rid of
properly.
DeAndre Ayton, what have they been missing for the large part of this Suns run since then? A big
yeah,
man like DeAndre Ayton with
yeah,
his exact skill set,
yeah.
which is why I say that it's not fair to look at it that way. Like, yeah, they came up they made the wrong moves after that. Don't I do blame the Suns for that. They shouldn't have traded DeAndre Ayton. They should have fired Monty Williams first, then seen what they've gotten with a new coach and see how he utilized DeAndre Ayton. Then let's say they do manage to still get Kevin Durant. I think that team looks a lot better,
Yeah,
and
they
I
act
think
like
they
DeAndre
make better
Ayton wasn't the number
runs.
one pick.
I'm about to say,
Exactly.
I'm about to say, Jason Kidd was just like starting to unlock Luca, man. Like I don't think
No, I
they.
wouldn't say just no. He had been unlocking Luca for sure.
I think he's unlocked Luca since he got there. I
That's what
think
I'm
that
saying. He
I
been
think
unlocking
that
Luca.
first half of the season, like, he was figuring things out, but after that, he definitely got to he knew what he needed, which is why they went and made the moves that they did. He knew exactly what he needed for the team. I just
And that's
think that
another reason. That's another reason why I feel like it was maxed out. Like, look at Jason Kidd comments, bro. He know what they've been needing, and they've been making the moves. You know what I'm saying? Like that they feel like they've been
Jason
needing.
Kidd, if you look at Jason Kidd comments post trade, pretty much he was like, I ain't got no choice but to sit here and follow along. I don't think he was too happy with that trade either.
he wasn't. You traded his superstar, the
I
person he
don't.
built the relationship with.
Like,
I
like
don't
yeah,
think. I feel like he was okay with it though. Like I really do, bro. I feel like
I
he
mean,
was.
I mean,
I feel like it was one of
from
them
his
situations. I feel like it was one of them situations where, like, no, he didn't want him to go. He didn't want him traded. But at the end of the day, it's like I understand the moves you made, and I'm willing to work with it. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, in terms of a work situation, yeah, it's less headaches. Yeah, if that's what you're getting at, yeah, less headaches for sure. Still got a pretty good team that we can compete with. Yeah, I could see that he can be like, I ain't really got nothing to say. I'm a hold whatever I got to say or whatever like that. But Jason Kidd love Luka. I'm pretty sure he was sad to see him go. But
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
I think he's okay with the situation right now. He still has a team that'll compete. They just got the number one pick. I think he okay. I ain't think he finna be crying about it, nothing like that.
Lee told them if they gave the Lakers Luka, they'd get him that number one pick.
Oh, absolutely.
They was trying to find a way to make the Lakers interesting again because they knew LeBron time was on. It's,
Yeah, that's why I feel, and a lot of the rest of the world saying that the league rigged.
I
But
mean,
Bro.
hey,
You
it's a
gotta
lot of
you
us
gotta
that think
think
that.
about the
I mean,
It's a
connections,
lot of us that
bro.
think that. Hey,
You
no,
got
hey, I don't
I
disagree with you. I'm just saying
mean,
that's why.
but like, after a while, it gets to a point though. Like,
Yeah, bro. Bro, even
I
Braun said it. Like, bro, a lot of people didn't say, bro, it's known, bro. Like, it's known.
bro,
This ain't no secret.
three
You
out
know
of
what I'm
the
saying?
next 4 years. No, wait, no, I think like 3 out of the next 5 or 6 years after LeBron left, Cavs get the number one pick.
just
Come on.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
And
um
they fumbled one of them. They was able
when
to afford fumbling one of them,
when the
and they
Hornets
traded
got
the
rid
other
of
one.
when the Hornets got rid of CP3,
Chris
they got
Paul, they
AD.
got the pick. Yep.
When they
Yep.
got rid of AD, they got Zion. Like like
Yep.
like
Yep.
every time a team trade a superstar, bro, they get the number one pick. Like
And you think it
this
was a coincidence Wemby went to the Spurs? You think that was a
No.
coincidence?
Just like us getting D Rose, right? You
Exactly. Just like the Cavs getting LeBron.
know
That
what I'm
wasn't no
saying? Exactly,
coincidence.
bro. Exactly. So we know the league be rigged, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
That
They don't
that's
want to
that's all
admit
the
it.
show.
They don't
It's
want to
it's
admit it.
all
It's
it's
cool.
all it's all
It's
for the
cool.
sake of business,
All
entertainment.
right, fellas, we got game 7 Sunday. Nuggets Force game 7. So what y'all think, man? Who y'all got? Who y'all got going, going into this? Who y'all got winning game 7, first of all? And then who y'all got advancing to the finals? Because
Oh, I
we are
think
okay
the
at that time.
I think the
okay.
Thunder in trouble, bro. I think the
So
Thunder are in trouble in Game 7 at their house because they have ran into the best player in the league, and he is showing y'all why he is the best player in the league. And that is a scary sight. Jamal Murray is playing better. I mean, yeah, they still got some faults or whatever, but I think when it's time to show up, Denver has shown that they know how to show up.
And
And
that's what I've been preaching about OKC all year. They not
which
ready.
so
which
But
which
I
is
got something for
why
you. I got something for you.
yeah, which is why I'm going to pick the Denver Nuggets to win Game 7 and advance to the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be a rematch with the Timberwolves, and it's going to be a very good one. But yeah, I think the Thunder in trouble. I think Nikola has figured them out. I think that he has found the blueprint to do whatever he needs to do to win that Game 7. It don't matter what court they on.
I
so
Let me just say, I felt like that, like all I felt like that the whole time up until these last 2 games. These last 2 games kind of changed my mind a little bit. And I low key, even though I don't feel like OKC is gonna go all the way, I feel like they might get it done on Sunday, bro. I really do. I really do. And I did not think this up until these last 2 games. But
I might know why.
the last 2 games, they showed me a little something where I was like, yeah, they might get it done, bro. I felt like they was gonna lose tonight, especially being on the road. And I know Denver fighting, they wasn't gonna go out like that. But I feel like since they at home on the road, I feel like they lost. With them being at home after how they went out last year, and then the way these last 2 games went, I feel like they might get it done. And part of the reason I say that is how they won game 5, bro. And
Yeah,
winning
I
that
knew
winning
it.
that at home was impressive, bro. And
Yeah,
it showed me that they have at least taken a step
in the
from
right
last
direction.
year. They
Yeah.
have at least taken it. While I still don't think they quite ready, they have shown that they taken a step. So I'm a little confident that they could get that done, bro. So I'm a little iffy on that now. Now, you know
Look,
what I'm saying?
if Lou Dort come out shooting like that again, it's a
Hey,
real possibility.
boy, and he always a problem because he be locking up. So
Yeah, I,
so
I
yeah,
I I
bro.
could see that. I still, I
So yeah.
still, I still gotta. I trust Denver. I
Who you
think
who you got
Nikola,
on the east side?
the East, the Knicks are finna finish that out. They finishing it out. This very next game. They in the Garden. Like you, just like you said, the Nuggets weren't finna go out like that. The Knicks not finna go out like that at home. Not with Jalen Brunson
Yeah,
out there. It's
yeah.
not. That's not finna happen.
In the Garden, been waiting for how many years too? Yeah, I don't think so.
If Jason Tatum was playing, I would have felt different.
Yeah. But this, nah, they should be able to get this. Is they gonna go all the way though?
Man, you got
Like
it's
is
too
they going
early.
is
It's
they
too
going to the finals at least?
that tempo from that the tempo Indiana plays with scares me, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think a team like the Cavs would fall susceptible to something like that. And then Tyrese Halliburton showed me that he really is like that. It's hard. It's too early for me to tell right now. I just know that that pace that Indiana plays with is absolutely going to be a problem regardless. But I will say, if Cat play like Cat's supposed to play, I think the Knicks can beat them. I don't think they got an
Right?
answer over that for him.
Right. I feel like, hey, right now and it's crazy because I've been saying this for a minute on some like conspiracy things. But I ain't think it was really gonna happen. But then as like the playoffs start playing off, I'm like, hey, that might really happen, bro. And I see it, bro. I see Wolves Knicks finals, bro. I see it, and it's mainly because of the trade, bro. You got Cat versus Randall, bro. They was trading for each other. If they meet in the
I'm
finals,
not
bro,
gonna
that's
lie, bro.
gonna
I
be
definitely believe
crazy.
Minnesota's going to the finals. I absolutely believe they're going to the finals this year.
Yes, like that's gonna be crazy. Like Cat versus Randall after they was just traded for each other, and everybody was saying it's a pointless trade. Like even us, like we all was saying like this
I
kind of a
gotta
pointless trade, and they both might be in the finals against each other, bro. That's gonna be
I got
epic.
a
I
very
ain't
good
even.
reason why I think Minnesota's making it to the finals. But let Carneal get his take first.
Let's hear it. Who you got?
Oh, okay. So everybody knows that I was a huge Russ fan. You feel me? I still kind of rock with OKC. So I'm also a Shea fan too. So my heart is telling me Shea Butter and them boys gonna go on here and get it done. But my mind is
Don't
telling me
forget
that
Chet, your boy Chet.
yeah. Hey, can't forget about him.
Man,
You feel me? But my mind is telling me that the person that I've been calling the best player in the league now for the last like 3, 4 years is gonna get it done. I think Game 7 Yoke is about to be a problem. I think OKC is too reliant on Shea, and when them shots is not falling, teams just key in on Shea as we've seen in this playoffs, and it's some that the Nuggets took advantage of Game 1. That's part of the reason why they stole Game 1. Them shots for OKC wasn't falling like that. Like when
but that's
when
exactly how they won Game 5. The
I'm about to
shots was
thank you. I
falling.
was just about to say real quick. Let me ask you something.
I
Did you
know
not
that
see
game.
Game Five?
Damn, can
Did
can
you
I
not
finish my
see
point?
Game
Like that,
Five?
I didn't even get a
Facts.
chance to get to
Did you
Game
not
Five
hear
before.
them? Did you not hear them after the? You right? Go ahead. Go ahead. Get
And
to that.
and they got a big game out of Yoke.
I didn't
40
even get.
burger.
I didn't even get a chance to get to Game 5. Like, damn, I started with Game 1. Can I start with Game 1 and get to Game 5? Shit. Like, and okay, so last prime example, Game 1, them shots wasn't falling, they lost. Game 2, them shots was falling, they got up on them about 40 at the halftime. So like I said, really, it's about the others. What's J Dub gonna give you? What you gonna get off the bench from Casey Edwards and them boys? What Chet gonna give you? Is Hardenstein gonna be out there cleaning up the glass and keeping Jokic off them boys? Like, I know what Denver's gonna give me. Denver give you the same thing, win, lose, or draw, bro. It's gonna be a dog fight, and you have to deal with Jokic and somebody else hitting some shots. Even when they lost last year to Minnesota, it still took them a Herculean effort in some of them games to get past the Nuggets. Like one or two shots, them games go the other way. That's a entirely different series. So like I said, my heart is telling me OKC, but my mind is telling me Denver. So I'm gonna have to roll with Denver on the game 7. I hope I'm wrong though. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have to roll with Denver on the
Or
game
quit
7.
walking that, quit towing that line, man. Stick to one side. Quit playing.
So um
I
okay,
feel you
now
though. I feel you though,
now
cause
now let's go ahead and get to the Eastern Conference. I was I was a little emotional at the game,
Boston
folks.
going to the finals.
I was I was a little emotional at the game, folks. I definitely wrote us off, but after what I seen in Game 6 from them boys, I'm not ready to write us off yet. It's going to a Game 7, and it's going back to the TD Garden, and we gonna have to see how bad the Knicks want it. We not gonna give it to you. You gotta come snatch it. So
so you
so
calling a game 6 W for Boston?
I'm calling the Game 6 W for them boys in green. I'm not ready to say the series is over with yet. I think that the
Mm.
Knicks. I think that after Game 5 and the fact that we didn't have Tatum out there and the Knicks had a chance to get up on us and they let it get away. I think that they going back to the Garden with pressure that they didn't have in Games 3 or 4.
It
I
is a
I
little bit of
think that
pressure. I agree there.
And
yeah,
and
it
and
definitely is pressure.
and and you know,
But I think they ready for that. Cat and Brunson, they ready for that
I
pressure.
what I think, because
I
here's what
think.
the thing about here's the
I
thing
think
about
that
game
I think
four.
that
Here's the thing. I mean, here's the thing about game 5. What happened in game 5 was Celtic pride. Like, let's not ignore the
Facts.
fact that they saw all them banners up there. They like, is y'all really finna forget the best
yes,
player? Forget Jason
yes,
Tatum
yes,
Because
being
the game
gone.
yes,
was tied
If
at halftime.
that's what I'm
yes,
saying,
yes, yes,
and what I'm
yes,
saying is in game 6, that ain't gonna be
yes,
there. You got
yes,
the pride
and
of
Nope.
New York
and
out there.
Ain't
and
gonna be no third quarter bursts like that. Yeah,
No,
facts.
and
that's what I'm
and,
saying.
and,
It ain't gonna be
and
like that in the Madison Square Garden.
we gonna see. We gonna see because all I'm gonna say is that they a different team without Tatum out there, and so
Yeah.
honestly, that third quarter burst honestly should be a little bit expected because usually what happens in the third quarter is we come out hot. Actually, honestly, there's been a third quarter burst in each game. Usually, how it goes is we come out the third quarter, we come out the third quarter hot. Tatum usually go to the bench, and then we just entirely cool off from there. And them boys go cold. They start
All I'm
missing
gonna say
shots.
is,
Like
them,
it's
them, I didn't see Jalen Brunson walk down every lead them boys they had outside of this last game.
Facts. And that was because he picked up 5 fouls in 1 quarter. And I think that was rigged because I ain't ever seen that
man,
Hmm.
before. Like, what are
part
you
of
doing?
part of the part of the reason that he walked them leads down is because usually look at how the end of the third quarters play out. Who was on the bench at the end of the third quarters when we really could have used a bucket, a shot, a stop, or something? Jason
And who
Tatum.
gonna be on the bench now?
Right. I don't see nothing different.
No. It's different because we don't have him to start these third quarters.
Okay.
You got to think
Yes.
about it. Not having that
Yes.
production to start the third quarter makes it entirely different versus him being subbed out and him not playing at all.
Yes.
Like
But that's
like
my
like
thing though. But you literally said before that he was the reason why y'all came out hot in the first place. Out
Thank
them third
you.
quarters.
So let me say this. Right? Let me say
like
this.
I said, game 6 they showed me something different. Like
That,
y'all.
bro,
Exactly.
I am
Exactly.
chucking
They
that
showed
to
you something
Celtic
different. Hold on.
pride.
They showed you something different. It's because it's Celtic pride, and it's also because of Finals MVP. So let me tell you this: every game since you got them winning, going to Game 7 and all of that, every game that they pull through and get through, just know it's gonna be a side eye at that man JT now. Side eye for sure, for sure. So be on the look and
I
be
mean, I
prepared, my
mean,
boy.
I mean,
It's
I
gonna be a
mean,
side eye looking at him
I
with
mean,
every game. They come in, they win Game 6,
that's
JB ball
cool.
out, got
That's
the team
cool.
whooping
That's cool.
again.
That's
Guess
cool. You
what?
could
It's
say,
gonna be
I
somebody
think
sitting there
Carneal
looking
wants
at
them
JT
uh,
like
finals.
this. You know what I'm saying?
I
This,
think Carneal
let,
want them
God.
problems, man.
let them
Oh my
steal game 7. Let them steal game 7. It's
God.
gonna be somebody else sitting right there, looking at JT like this.
I'm finna get the fuck
That
I
off,
don't
bro.
know, but you know what I'm
I'm
that's a
saying?
finna,
good
I'm
problem
telling
to
you.
have, man. That's a good problem to have. You got
I'm
two
finna,
great players.
I'm finna get the
Hey,
fuck off,
just
bro.
just watch out. Just watch out.
Cause,
Watch out.
cause, because, because of, because of people like you who ain't never wanted to give him credit for nothing at all so far. There's been a side out on him his entire career. So whether there's a side out on him now or not, people like you who ain't never wanted to give him credit for nothing and say it's only because of this or because of that or it's this
It ain't
or it's
people
that.
like me.
No, shut up,
I
shut
ain't
up,
the one. I ain't the one who
shut up,
benched them
shut up,
in the Olympics.
shut
It
up,
ain't because of people like
shut
me.
up,
Man, you
shut
I
up,
ain't
you
the
would
one who
you
benched.
shut
think
up,
like them people.
shut up, shut
No,
up.
no, 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 no. I
No,
speak.
no,
I speak
shut
how they think. That don't
shut
mean
up.
I agree with it. I
No,
speak how
no,
they think. That
hell no,
don't mean I agree with it.
hell no. He
Well, do
definitely
you agree
agree with
with it?
them. He
Some
definitely.
of it, some of it I agree with. Some of it I
If you
agree with, but a
if
lot
you
of it I don't. I do
I'm
agree
not
that
I'm not trying to hit
I do agree
I'm not
that if
trying to hit
Jaylen
that,
Brown
bro.
keep
I'm
this
not
up with the
I'm
Celtics,
not
it
trying to
needs
hit
to be
that,
a
bro.
side eye at that man. I do
I'm
agree
not
that.
trying
I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
not trying to. What about what JT was able to do without Jaylen Brown though? When it when this man carried them with nobody, the man was out there with Josh Richardson on his team, dropping 50-point games against Kevin Durant in the 5-game series, bro. No Jaylen Brown, like bro, Jaylen Brown got a much better team than Jason Tatum had to work with when he didn't have JB. Also, like
I,
let's not forget that, bro. When JT didn't have JB, they didn't have this team, bro. Like it's not the same. And every
I just
turn,
like this conversation between us right now because we got Mike who is heavy on the Jaylen Brown side, Carneal is heavy on the Jason Tatum side, and I'm just in the middle. Like, why can't we keep both of
I'm cool.
them?
I'm cool with keeping both of them. And when they first started saying break them up, I was like, that's stupid, bro. You don't break them up, bro. I still feel like that, bro. You got an all-time great duo like this, bro. You ride it till the wheels fall off, bro.
Hey man, this
I don't
another Jordan and Pippen. They not that, but
like
that's what it look like a
like
little bit.
They
like
more like a well, I guess I don't know. They more like a Stockton and Malone to me. Even though different
Nah,
positions,
mm,
but the impact they got on their
I'm speaking
teams.
on positions and guess how I look at it, Mike. You gonna laugh at this. I think Jason Tatum is Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, I know, because he do it all. And
Yeah, Jalen
JB
Brown is MJ.
that score. Yeah, I know. It's like that. It is. But it would make sense. It would also make sense on
no
why I'm
no
so high on JB though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that yeah, I know.
Even though JT my boy, it would also make sense.
I'm
You know what I'm
so
saying?
I'm so confused. I'm so confused on how y'all could view it like that
No,
when
I'm looking at the
when
role that
routinely
those two guys play.
in the biggest spots, Jaylen Brown was the one that folded, bro. How many game sixes and game sevens have we seen Jason Tatum
You
carry his
looking at it
team
the
and
wrong
he
way.
fold, bro?
Yeah,
You're looking
Like
at it the
no,
you
wrong
like
way, bro. You look.
no, but like
I
come
am not
on, man,
saying that
bro.
Jalen
Like
Brown is
come
Michael
on,
Jordan.
bro.
I'm not
Come
saying that.
on,
right.
bro.
I'm
He
saying
just
the
Come
he just
role
on.
saying
that he
the
plays between
styles, the
that
way they play
duo.
on the team, bro.
MJ
Facts.
was a scorer defender. That's what Jalen Brown is. Jason
Exactly.
Tatum is
To
the
do it all.
utility guy.
Do it all.
Jason Tatum is the better player in this situation. MJ was the best player in that
In
situation.
that one, exactly.
That's all I'm
But
saying.
yeah, no,
I'm not,
that's very fitting. You can't.
that's the only line I'm drawing between them. I'm not saying
Yeah,
Jalen
no.
Brown plays like Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no, but the roles that they play for their respective teams is very similar for sure, for sure. Yes, yes, I ain't mad at
Two
that.
great two-way wings.
It's more like D Wade and LeBron.
I mean,
Yeah, I
that's
don't know
another
about
way to
that.
look. That's another way to look at it. It's
Kinda, but
just
it's
D Wade was a little different because he could
yeah,
get people involved. But like he was kind of like a point guard at times. He
facts. And he was a. I mean, well, he was a proven winner before. You know what I'm saying? Like that matters, bro. Like that's the thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Averaging
that
36 in
that
the
context
finals,
do
bro.
matter
Like.
because Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum definitely came in together.
Yeah,
Jalen
bro.
Brown
Even
came
though JB
first.
was there the year before, they built it
Oh,
all
that,
together.
that's what make it funny. Michael Jordan was there first too.
Yeah. Facts, see? So yeah, it is just like that. I'm about that. I'm about that. That shit crazy. But all right, fellas. So let's get away from the NBA, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been doing a lot of NBA at this time. I know it ain't much going on outside in the other sports world, outside of the hockey playoffs and stuff, but we got some wild news in the NFL. I wish some of our other panel members was on here for this because I know they would lose their mind. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad they not because it would have to be the whole episode because you know how they is. So at least we got my man's the biggest op, and I'm starting with the biggest op. Cause you got to, you know what I'm saying? The biggest op in Bears history, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna start with you on this, man. They have said that our quarterback, his dad, then came out and said they was trying not to get drafted by the Bears. Now, this was all speculation. Like, we all knew this going in before the draft. Like, we had the discussion, I think, on a couple episodes and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we knew this going in, but then they put it to the side. The Bears said they taking them regardless, and all of that's history. But now we hear, and he said they tried not to. He said they talked to Eli Manning about that approach. They talked about taking the UFL approach, you know, where he could pick where he want to go after a year, all of that. They didn't want to do it. And then Caleb comes out and says his preferred destination was the rival Vikings of all teams. And they took JJ McCarthy last. Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. What's going on, man? I feel like it might not mean something, but it should mean something for these NFC teams going forward, man. So look, man, what you think, man? What you think?
I believe that's what I've always been telling you guys about your team is always been true. The Bears are a shitty organization. No one wants to get drafted there. It makes perfect sense.
That's not no, that's not true. You can't say that. Defenders always want to come to us. But like
That's because of the culture. That's because of the culture the Bears have.
To Caleb's dad's point, QBs come here to die. You know what I'm saying? We do not develop QBs
Exactly.
well.
Exactly. That is why the league is a QB league now, and you are notoriously known for not developing QBs. No, I don't want to go there. No, I perfectly get it. And I understand why you want to go to the rival Vikings. They know what they're doing over there, which is why you see what they're doing with JJ McCarthy now. I expect him to have a decent season next year. But it makes sense to me. Like I'm not surprised. And I believe the rumors before he got drafted. I definitely believed it because, like I said, no one wants to play for
I
that
did
team.
too, for sure. That's why I said we need to keep who we had, if you remember. But you know, hey,
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, and that's more of an indictment on the Bears, if anything. I don't think that should. I mean, yeah, Bears fans gonna be salty. Yeah, that's just how y'all is. Y'all gonna be salty because yeah, oh, if you don't want to be here, then leave. That's exactly why nobody want to play for y'all. That's exactly why.
in our defense, the organization don't feel like that. They said if y'all want to be here, that's tough. We taking you regardless, and you coming, and that's what they did. So I mean,
Which is why he's
hey,
all smiles now. Which is why he over here painting his fingernails and still
that's
balling.
facts because they did say even with all of that, that like basically he was happy to be here now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I don't know. After these comments, I don't trust
You shouldn't. You
it.
definitely shouldn't trust it. You should definitely believe when he gets a chance to leave, he bolting out of there. Y'all better do something. That's why he here. Y'all better do something while he here.
I think they started with Johnson. I might keep him around for a little bit. We go see.
Yeah.
That might have helped. You know what I'm saying? But
It's a
yeah.
step in the right direction for sure.
But you got to think, man. He was the most sacked QB in the league last year.
And they definitely made some moves on that offensive line. They understand. I think they
I ain't gonna
understand the
cap.
assignment now.
If you keep telling me I'm gonna be the most sacked QB in the league, I'm leaving too.
Exactly.
You got
Oh,
you got one more year for me to get hit like this, for I'm out. Forget that. What you
Or I'm
think,
trying to
Cardell,
see.
man? This you a sometimey Bears fan, so what you think, man?
About sometime, bro. I roll with the Bears all the way, bro. Don't even be like that. I ain't hop off the bandwagon like one of our other panel members did. Anytime he talked to us, he say that's dog.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I,
He's
I
he's
could I
done.
could I could I could never hop
Uh,
off this
talk about
bandwagon,
the biggest flip of all time, boy.
bro. Like
Yeah. You
like
talking about
like
our Pittsburgh Steeler now?
like that's the point. I don't even know if he claiming Pittsburgh, bro. He don't even claim a team no more. He just a football fan, bro. He just
Nah,
watched
he
the NFL.
was he
Nah, he
was
was
claiming
claiming
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
He
Yeah,
was
he
claiming
was claiming
Pittsburgh because
Pittsburgh.
Justin there, but Justin ain't there no more. So he don't really care too much about Pittsburgh. He not about to claim the Jets. So,
Boy, that'll be fun to watch. That will be so fun to watch.
so like I said, he's just a football fan, bro. He
Hey, I'm
watches the
interested to
NFL.
see him on that team.
He he watching the NFL for the love of the game. But in all seriousness, though, I heard about that during the draft process. And pretty much, I felt the same way like Michael, same way the Bears did. I don't care how you feel. We drafting you. And when you get here, if you request a trade, guess what? We don't gotta trade you. Like, I'll hold you, bro. Like you got me messed up, bro.
Holding this man hostage is crazy.
like
And gonna have him as the most sacked QB.
Hey,
This is,
hey,
oh
I
my
just want to
goodness.
say for the world out there, bro, this is getting clipped too. This is getting
like
clipped. I want to say for the world out there,
like
this is how desperate Chicago and the Bears is for a winning QB formula,
like
bro. This how desperate we is, y'all. Just know this how desperate we is. We holding
so
Caleb
QBs
Williams
hostage.
just got that
We
and he already climbing
we
the
gonna
QB stat
hold
chart.
you hostage. I'm telling you.
so it's like me personally, honestly, it makes me trusting Caleb a little bit more because like he he's kind of confirming what a lot of fans and what a lot of people thought. And so to hear that like he did have a shift in mindset. He did embrace the team. He did realize what struggles was gonna come with it and decided he would much rather take on that than going somewhere else or trying to, maneuver his way in and out of it. No, he decided that at the end of the day, he wanted to be the number one pick and he knew what was gonna come with that. So he decided to no pun intended, but bear down and face them challenges and embrace it. So it's like honestly, this kind of makes me believe in him just a tad bit more because it's like he's kind of confirming what a lot of fans and what like some people was hearing and like what we all kind of thought at first initially anyway was that he kind of didn't want to be a Bear from some of the stuff he was saying and doing, but at the end of the day he decided to go through it and it was trials and tribulations. He was the most sacked quarterback last year, but now looking at it on the other side, it seems like they really are trying to build around him. We paid a bunch of old linemen. We went and got a quarterback friendly coach. We got some more talent in the wide receiver room with the dude we drafted. I really like him. I think he's gonna be something nice. We still got Rome with Doomsday. We still got DJ Boy. We still got Big Cole Kmet. We drafted my Michigan boy, Colston Loveland. So I honestly, him being honest about his feelings and how he felt just makes me believe in him a little bit more because it shows that like he was willing to go through it and that he really wanted it. Because like I said, bro, if I'm the Bears front up, bro, if I was the San Diego Chargers, bro, I would have never traded Eli. Y'all got me so messed up, bro. Like I'm sorry. I don't care that I had Drew Brees on the squad, bro. No, bro. You are a San Diego Charger, whether or not you like it, bro. And pretty much the Bears told Caleb, you are a Chicago Bear, whether or not you like it, bro. You don't get to dictate where you go
Look,
as a
man,
rookie. You don't
Caleb
even know what
Williams'
you're gonna be
daddy
like as a
ain't Archie
quarterback,
Manning.
bro.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
Facts. You
hey,
feel
hey,
me? All
And
right.
hey.
he didn't have a
So,
brother
so,
named Peyton Manning.
Exactly, bro.
wait,
Exactly.
hold on. But this was about to tie into my next point though. So the league was about to be okay with Caleb pulling that stunt if he tried to pull it, but they was just, ooh, the way they just did Shador
Shador,
and Dion
yeah.
though. Come on, man. Come on,
Oh,
But
they
man.
that's
did that because it's
cause
Dion.
of Dion, exactly. Cause of
And Shador
Dion.
definitely didn't help the process.
Dion ain't, and that's to Field point. Dion ain't Arch and Peyton. You know what I'm saying? Dion is Dion, and they is
If
Manning.
anything,
You know what I'm
if,
saying?
if
So
anything, if anything, you would think Dion would have a little bit more credibility than Arch
no,
for
no,
It's not
because
about the
and
credibility. It's not
we
about the
know what the
credibility.
league is, Carnell. You know what I'm saying? If D-Boy was on here, he'd tell you. It's one name D-Boy would tell
two.
you right
I
now.
know two.
You know what I'm saying? So like
I know two.
we know we
I
know how
know.
the league is. You see
I
what I'm
know.
saying? We know
I
how the
know.
league is. The Mannings get that. The Sanders don't.
Oh,
You know
oh,
what I'm saying?
oh,
Like,
oh, trust me. Oh, trust me.
If
We
anything,
know because
they get
hey,
the exact opposite.
yeah.
we know how it get for the Mannings because teams are already trying to tank for Arch. I honestly think that's part of the reason why this draft went, bro. A lot of teams passed up on Shador because they don't want Shador ruining their chances at getting Arch. And they know that you bring somebody like Shador in, bro's gonna come in and try and ball out. Like you not getting no
Try, he
lazy
gonna.
Arch,
You
bro.
see what he doing already?
So it's like you feel me? It's like I honestly think that part of the reason this draft went how they went is because you feel me.
Once again,
just,
the man and family strikes.
just like how the NBA and like everybody was trying to capture the flag this year. Well, all the NFL teams trying to build their arch like they in St. Louis, bro. So you feel me? They all trying to build their arch for arch. You feel me? So I think that's part of it. Now, hey, don't get me wrong. I said that like he got all the physical gifts though to come in and be the best man that the league has ever seen though. Like I won't lie there. He more athletic than Peyton and Eli ever thought about, and he got the same arm.
I mean, that's
like
expected as the years progress. You ain't they gonna get more and more athletic. That's just how the league, how generations
so
go.
so 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 he got that same quarterback knowledge with the same arm that they had with better legs. So you know
I ain't gonna lie, he definitely gonna have the most pressure out of all them madness too.
Probably.
He
Well,
got
look,
to get at
man.
least two.
Let me say, man, I love the take, love the take. It ain't I it ain't Caleb that I don't trust. It's the Bears that I don't trust. So so like how you said that make you trust in him more, it do, but it don't make me trust in the Bears to do right by him. I don't trust that at all. So bros might be up out here still in a couple years, bro. We gonna see, man. I don't know. But with that, man, it's been another fantastic, fabulous episode. I know my man's got one thing he wanted to get up out of there, but we gonna save it for y'all for the next one. And it's gonna be fun. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. Y'all have a good night. Y'all say good night to the people.
See y'all, man. Can I get some sports with that?